Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Thought I'd just give you guys a bit of an update. I've had a couple of messages on Instagram saying, hey man, where are you? We haven't seen anything. So here we are. We're back in Tas. What ended up happening up in Sydney was it done a head gasket and I blew two coolant hoses. Actually, I'll show you. Check that out. So, way too much pressure in the cooling system. I don't know. There could have been, there's a lot of things that could have happened, but from my research, I believe that GM was going through money problems when building the VN Commodore Series 1. And this motor requires a 2.5 to 3 litre surge tank so the air and water can do its thing. I've got no room for that, say 3 litre surge tank, so I just had a 1 litre surge tank overflow, so it wasn't allowing it to do its thing with the air and the water and all of that. So yeah, coolant problems. So I just chucked it on the truck, and a month later it was back down here in Tas. Pretty devastated. I didn't end up going up to Queensland to go see my young fella. I missed out on Fraser Island with him. So yeah, bit devastated about that, but we'll be back up there. What I'm actually doing right now is the final build. As you'd seen, we come second in the show and shine competition for National 4-Wheel Drive Show, and me and the L300 are packing up Tassie Life for good in beginning of 2026, and we're taking off for the big lap with no end date. So in saying that, applications are now open for Passenger Princess. All you need to do to enter is jump on the Instagram and inbox me 25 words or less on why you should or would be the best candidate for this big lap. So yeah, what more could you want? Anyways, back to the car. I am doing one full final build on this. New motor, finish the interior, rewire the whole car once again. The canopy fit out's going to be redone. And there's a few other extras that I want to add. Hopefully I can get like a 80 litre auxiliary tank fitted up underneath so I can get rid of the jerry can on the back. But in saying that, let's jump inside the cab and I'll show you exactly what's going on in there. Okay, so, wow, look at that. It's all gone. Yeah, I did rip it out. Gearbox is still in there, transfer case, all that other stuff. So what I do have is a VP Series 2. This is the old motor, the VN Series 1. That's been all torn apart. The VP Series 2 motor at the moment is in the shop because let me show you a clip of the heads. Man, Hillbilly Customs come down and we stripped the motor, and he looked at me and he said, man, I'm not touching that. That needs to be professionally cleaned. And all of that gunk build up and stuff like that is a result of just topping up, constantly topping up, not actually doing a service on the motor. Like oil and an oil filter under $100. Like I don't understand. So yes, that's off getting professionally cleaned, and a lot of parts are getting sent off for chrome, and I'm just waiting for the intake to get professionally cleaned as well so I can send it off to go get powder coated. Yeah, all the wiring has to be redone, and then all of this canopy is going to get ripped out. There's a few things that I need to change in this as well. As spending time on the road, you actually work out what you do and don't want. The pantry needs to be a little bit bigger. This shelf needs to drop a little bit lower because I've got Starlink now, so I want a TV in there. I think it's a 32 inch and it just can't fit in that. And I can also just shrink this drawer a little bit. this is going to stay the same, but as I said, it's all going to get done out of oak and alloy, so alloy framing and then oak fronts. This switch panel board's going to get changed for oak, and then same on the other side. The 80 litre tank that I do want to go underneath will just get rid of this, so I've got a little bit of room up there for like firewood and stuff like that. Rooftop tents okay for the moment. We're going to get a new awning as well. Don't know what brand just yet, but we'll see who and if someone jumps on board, as always. So let's go for a walk around the other side. Here we are. This is a harness out of a standard L300. I had a spare one at home, so I ripped all that out, and I'm going to put that back in there because you should have seen the mess. I took the dash off and I looked at the mess and I thought, what is what? I think a lot of you guys know what happened, but long story short, I had an auto electrician come around and say, yeah, I'll do that. Week after week after week, I was messaging saying, hey, what's going on? And he just ghosted me. So after he said, yes, I'll do it, I just completely ripped everything out. So I had to learn how to wire a car. So lucky she didn't catch fire. It was a mess. So yeah, I've got that standard harness to go in. It's still got the bulb fuses, so I need to change that for a proper fuse box, which is around here somewhere. But anyways, all of this is getting redone as well. Can't wait for that. So everything up front, well, it stayed the same. This plastic bull bar needs to go though, because if I hit a roo, it's going to ride this car off and I'm going to cry and squeal like a little pig. So yeah, I'm going to make one out of steel. I don't know about hoops. I'm not a hoop man, but I might just put one over the middle here. Don't know. I want to hide that as well. That needs to be hidden up under there somewhere. The big thing about this as well, that there is sort of like a grill for airflow, which the car suffered a little bit because all of this has been taken up. So I might put some sort of scoop underneath, so when the air goes in, it just scoops straight up to the radiator. And one other special thing over here. Let's go. You wouldn't believe what I found. This is an L300 diff. It's got the right ratio for the L300. Before, I was doing 90 kilometers on the highway. So yes, I was getting overtaken by road trains. And here I was pinging at 2600 RPM. Wasn't good for the car either because the temps just stayed up. The thermo fan was working its ass off, so this should drop me down to say about 1900 RPM at 110k an hour. Still, I have to get a custom front cut ring and pinion. Neat Gearboxes, I believe it is, in South Australia is going to do that. It's a 6-month wait on that, so I'm going to be two-wheel drive for a while, but it is what it is. I need to keep the temps down on the highway. It was what ended up happening. You'd be flogging it down the highway, you know, pinging at 2600 RPM for half an hour, and the car hated that. And then you'd turn off to go to your campsite, and what do? Of course, go straight up a massive hill. So it was cooking the whole way up. The car was just hating life the whole time. So can't wait to get this in. Just before I go, I should mention, or you should already know, iTech World is having a massive Black Friday sale. Chuck everything into your cart, and then don't forget the code L300. Now this code can be used 365 days a year, so it's not just for the sale, it can be used anytime. So tell mum, dad, auntie, uncle, sister, brother, even tell Nan. Tell Nan to get on the iTech gear. Don't forget the code L300. You'll thank me later. Now, before I go, I'm not embarrassed to show this because I'm not an auto electrician. This was my wiring harness. Yeah, I know, hey. I'm lucky I didn't burn the car down, because what I did as a non-experienced auto electrician, this is the ignition barrel where it's got, you know, like your accessories, your reds, the starter motor wire, and the power wire to go in, blah, blah, blah. My accessories and the reds, I've wired a few things straight to them. Like this cable's not rated to handle a bloody 30 amp thermo fan. Those wires, the accessory and the reds, should be wired up as a signal wire through the relay. Now, don't take my advice. As I said, I'm not a qualified auto electrician. Just some things I've learned, and I'm lucky I didn't learn too late when the car was burnt down. So, and I think that's when a lot of people learn. Best advice is take your car to an auto electrician. Get them to do it properly. They will have the warranty. See, wiring this up, insurance, probably wouldn't pay out my insurance because it wasn't done and by a qualified person. There's another thing to think about. Talking about power, I'm going to upgrade the DC-DC charger. At the moment it's a 40. I'm going to go to a 60 amp, and I'm also going to get a 40 amp AC charger. So for some stupid reason I pop into a caravan park, I can at least plug it in. Now the last thing, the Commodore alternator is 85 amps. Now I've been trying to chase a bigger one for so long now, and I went to Cool Drive in Hobart, and the boys done a little bit of research for me, and we found this. So this is a 110 amp hour alternator. What I've had to do is strip the casings and the ribbed pulley, take them off the standard one. They're getting sent to Sydney at the moment to get electroplated, because no one here in Tassie does chrome electroplating, just ceramic coating. So yeah, a fair few things have gone up to Sydney to go get done in chrome, and that's one part. So when the parts come back, I'll have to take this to an auto electrician, and he's going to put the casings back on. And the only reason why I'm taking it to him is because there's a part in here that might need to be resoldered, because the casing might be a little bit different or something. So yes, I'm going to get that done professionally, and that'll be awesome. 110 amps cranking into the battery. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to finish it up here. Too much talking. So thanks for watching. Don't forget the code, iTech World code L300. Lots of work to do. Let's get into it. See you on the next one.